have our next super stock presenter, Xphyto Therapeutics. Some of you kind of maybe have found out about the company in the last couple of weeks, but today you're going to get the real update on what's happening here. And again, for those of you who are new, we got a lot of new people in the audience. Our goal with the next Superstock live streams, of course, is to bring you companies which we believe have that 10x to 100x upside potential. As you've seen our previous presenter, CloudMD, that stock has been a triple since they first debuted on our live stream back in late July, or almost the first week of late July, August. And we had a number of winners, number of 10x, 20x winners in the last couple of months. So today we're going to find out if Xphyto is going to be our next 10 bagger. So check out the presentation from Hugh, and then ask your questions. Your questions are the key, and then decide for yourself if you believe Xphyto is our next 10 bagger. So with that said, Hugh, I'm going to get out of your way here, and I'm going to come back after you're done with some audience questions.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jack. So I'll move fairly quickly here and just hit the high levels, maybe 10 minutes, give people an introduction to what we're doing. Thanks a lot. So Xphyto Therapeutics Corp is trading on the CSE under the symbol XPHY and the OTC QB, the symbol XPHYF. And Xphyto Therapeutics was created to innovate and commercialize next generation drug delivery, diagnostic, and cannabis investment opportunities. So there's a lot going on in the company, and there is a tie-in. Most of it driven by our platform technologies for drug delivery, which also have been adapted to the delivery of biosensors for pathogens and for the delivery of cannabis-based extract medicine. So we're focused on precision transdermal and oral dissolvable dosage forms, rapid low-cost infectious disease screening tools, and clinical validation of cannabis-based medicines focused on European markets. So when it comes to transdermal and oral dissolvable drug dosage forms, we're developing, let's say, generic or hybrid generic formulas using our platform technologies for drug delivery. So this means more efficient dosing, more predictable dosing, ultimately more convenience for a patient. And in some cases, we're getting 5 to 10 times more efficiency in an oral dissolvable form versus, for example, oil-based applications, specifically in the cannabis-based medicine space. When it comes to diagnostic and screening tools, we're working on COVID-19, swine flu, avian flu, influenza A, as well as a number of oral health applications. And we're working both with lateral flow assays using enhanced RNA probes and proprietary biosensors. And those biosensors are delivered using our oral dissolvable drug delivery system. So as I said, there's a number of moving parts in the company. We have world-class drug delivery expertise. We acquired a German company, Vector Pharma TF GmbH, which has a world-class platform for thin film drug delivery that's both transdermal, so skin patches, and an ODF, or oral disintegrating sublingual dissolvable strips. They're in their former work prior to our acquisition, they worked almost exclusively for major pharma in the development stage. We have a disruptive diagnostic platform, again, looking at pandemic threats and dental health applications. We have a number of unique German licenses and innovating some very interesting and highly relevant products. So just to explain, Xphyto Therapeutics is a Canadian company with several partnerships and a number of subsidiaries in Germany. So we're really going to focus on 3A Diagnostics GmbH and Vector Pharma TF GmbH, both German companies. So with 3A Diagnostics, this is next generation pathogen screening tests. So we have a definitive development technology purchase and license agreement with 3A Diagnostics. We're working on our lead test is a COVID-19 saliva test. This is a lateral flow assay. I think a number of people are familiar with those. It's similar to a pregnancy test. These are rapid, low cost, disposable. They're easy to use, no additional equipment required. And we're targeting Q1 2021 for European commercial approval. We also have a pipeline of proprietary peptide-based oral biosensors. And as I mentioned, this includes influenza A, swine flu, avian flu, and a number of dental and oral health applications. So we're setting up, anticipating future need, and obviously remote, low-cost disposable tests. I think we've seen from the current pandemic situation, these are absolutely critical for population scale control of pandemics. And this 3A is also based in Germany, and significant funding from the German government for development of these tests. We are right now working on a evaluation stage of our COVID-19 saliva test using actual viral genome isolated from live virus. We should have results in the next 30 to 60 days. And following that will be finalization of our industrial design, ISO, the ISO audit plan for December 2020, and CE mark approval expected in Q1 2021. So that's pretty exciting. We're moving very quickly on that and focused on the European market. And here's a quick look at our diagnostic pipeline. I think given the current situation we're in with pandemics, the infectious disease segment of the rapid test market is growing very rapidly. I think there's a number of competitors in the space. However, very few have been able to generate acceptable sensitivity and specificity numbers. In fact, independent review of a number of commercial products on the market revealed an average sensitivity of less than 60%. So notwithstanding what is advertised by many products on the market, the sensitivity tends to be much, much lower. In fact, the highest sensitivity of any product that was tested in this third-party review was less than 80%. So again, that's contrary to what may be disclosed publicly by certain competitors. So it's definitely a major opportunity for a company that can deliver significant results, and we should have those available for the public in the next 30 to 60 days. So a major inflection point in value generation. So as you can see, we have a few different products: lateral flow assay, ODF, which is oral dissolvables, both biosensors and enhanced RNA probes. So it's an exciting portfolio, and driving these to market in next year, both the lateral flow assay and the peptide biosensor ODF products. So launch in Q1 for COVID-19 and Q4 next year for a number of additional products. Vector Pharma, which is really sort of the core of our company, it was 100% owned subsidiary, and they've been a leader for a number of decades in the design, testing, and manufacture of thin film drug delivery systems. So as I said, transdermal patches, these are for slow release of narcotics, and oral dissolvable films, otherwise sublingual or oral strips for immediate bioavailability. So this would be, for example, two products we have in our pipeline. With transdermal patch, we're working with a Parkinson's drug called ortigadine. This would typically release over 24 to 48 hours to keep a slow, steady level of the active pharmaceutical ingredient in the blood. Contrary to that, or I would say the interest in something like an ODF, for example, we have two products in our pipeline right now. One is a CBD base, so this is a cannabinoid based product, CBD, and the second being THC. These are for immediate release, and the advantage here is immediate bioavailability and predictable dosing. So the currently approved CBD medication, which is on the market, the average daily dosage is somewhere between 600 and 800 milligrams a day. With our product, we think we can get that down below 100, likely closer to 60 milligrams a day. So highly efficient and highly predictable. It's also extremely convenient. So for a parent who's trying to dose an oil-based medication into a child's mouth, for example, very difficult to get consistent results. You're dealing with the bioavailability issue of the oil, but also the dosing from parent to child, whereas our strips are much more predictable. They dissolve within 30 seconds and available in the bloodstream almost immediately. So as I mentioned earlier, this platform is also compatible with our 3A biosensors. So there's a diagnostic component to our drug delivery systems or platforms. Again, German-based, a number of narcotics licenses, allows us to do research in a number of fronts. We have programs, cannabinoid-based, buprenorphine, which is an anti-addiction medication, as well as traditional, let's say conventional fentanyl, hydromorphone, and such. So the global thin film market is really, we believe, a major future opportunity. So it's growing extremely quickly. It offers a lot of advantages over, let's say, pill-based tablets or oil-based delivery. And I think everyone understands how large the cannabis market is. I should mention we're focused exclusively on medical applications for cannabis, and in particular operating in the European Union and in Germany, where it is a medical-only market, but growing extremely quickly. So here are our 3 lead indications. They're essentially generic versions of approved APIs, and the indications being for Parkinson's, epilepsy, and a number of others for THC applications, particularly in pain. We have, and I really like to stress this is a platform technology, and there's a pipeline that we will be addressing as a stage 2. So as capacity is available and as we review these opportunities, the company, although small now, has an opportunity to participate in some enormous markets. I think you can imagine, everything you see on there from THC, CBD, fentanyl, obviously pain medication. An example of the THC CBD 1-to-1 antispasticity in MS patients. You can see down the list here from Alzheimer's, local pain, Parkinson's. So we're participating in the neurology space or the central nervous system space. We're focused on, and this is very important, on already approved APIs or active pharmaceutical ingredients, and then reformulating using our proprietary platforms. So using a delivery mechanism that provides advantages to the existing systems. So I think this is really the core of what we're doing. We are reviewing other opportunities in the cannabis space, specifically in Europe, but it's really our testing and our drug delivery businesses that we're driving forward right now. And it's pretty exciting. We have a number of milestones in this space over the next 30 to 90 days, and it's a pretty exciting time for us. So Jack, that's really what I wanted to cover, is just introduce the company and touch on really the core here with 3A Diagnostics and Vector Pharma. And,
okay.
I wanted to field any questions before. I didn't want to wade too deep into.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's open up for some questions. You can hear me, yes?
I can, yes.
Okay, perfect. First question, Brian. Do you own any patents?
Yes, we have some patents related to manufacturing technology, as well as patents around the 3A's enhanced RNA probe system. We are in the process of reviewing patent applications on some of our other drug delivery formulas. So that's something we are actively involved in. I will say with our drug delivery systems, we're focused on already approved APIs. So this is a way for us to get into the market very quickly and to avoid the, let's say, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, the typical drug approval process. So what we're doing is using our drug delivery platforms already existing approved APIs, whether it's a CBD or a rotigidine, and then providing a product that's more efficient and more cost effective.
Okay. Next question we have is Tim asking how rapid is the result from saliva tests, and who administers these tests?
So they're designed to be self-administered. I think that's a key here, is that to make these tests effective, at least on a population scale, and these are screening tests. They're not designed to be definitive diagnosis. They would be, for example, employers, government agencies, airports. Anytime you're exposing people or they're at risk of being exposed to people who are infectious or highly infectious, let's say the super spreaders that are symptomatic, asymptomatic, or pre-symptomatic, we want to be able to administer them without a healthcare professional. So self-administered. We designed the test to provide results in less than 15 minutes. We are getting strong results in lab right now in less than 5 minutes. So we targeted less than 15. Results to date appear to be 5 minutes or less until the design is finalized. It's in a constant optimization process, but we are confident certainly in under 15 minutes, and I'm quite hopeful that it'll be less than 5 minutes.
Okay. Any other questions from the audience? Okay. People are shy today. All right, I'll jump in with some questions. I'll kind of, I think you've covered a lot of it. So I'll ask you what, again, the main thing is, everybody wants to know is what's in our audience anyway. They want to know, what's the news flow? What's going to make the stock go up? So I'll kind of, get into that. Like what do you have? What are the key milestones you have coming up for the next, 6 months from Xphyto?
Yeah, the next 6 months. So we have some pretty exciting news. I mean, everything from our COVID-19 lateral flow assay results. We have a number of programs in the drug development pipeline. So that would be rotigidine skin patches going to clinical evaluation. These are human clinical trials in Europe. In less than 30 days, we should have results by the end of the year, as well as CBD clinical trial planned for early next year, with results to follow within 30 to 60 days. So in a constant, with let's say 6+ programs underway right now in development and clinical evaluation, the news flow will be pretty steady over the next 3 months.
Okay. Let's. I just realized. Actually, most of the market right now for Xphyto is actually the trading for the stock is in Germany.
That's right. So fairly thinly traded actually in North America, but a strong market in Europe. Usually trades between anywhere from 75 to 300,000 shares a day. We're a relatively small company, but we're just now introducing the story into North America and the US.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, because usually we have a lot of shareholders on these things. I'm thinking maybe you have a lot of German shareholders. Maybe I'm sure they can speak English. I mean, they usually speak English, Americans. But okay, so this is actually your first time on our live stream here in this format. So next time we'll probably have a lot more questions. I want to wrap up with the favorite question that we always ask. You probably heard in the last presentation, which is top 3 reasons why, in your opinion, investors should consider, owning Xphyto stock today.
Right. I think the biggest reason is that we participate in three different sectors of the bioscience industry, and in each one of those sectors, we're in multi-billion-dollar industries with huge growth expected over the next 5 years. So you get to participate in each of these. And really in it's scientifically driven innovation. It's what we do. So, we're based on science. Our scientists are world-renowned, deep expertise in drug delivery and diagnostics. And this is something I think we can stand behind. And we have a number of innovative products coming to market over the next 12 to 24 months.
Okay, excellent. Well, Hugh, on that note, I want to thank you for sharing the story with us, and we'll look forward to seeing more of your news flow in the coming weeks, and having you back here probably at the sometime in mid-October.
Okay, thanks so much, Jeff. Appreciate that.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for joining us today, and we'll see you on the next live stream.